We have a transformative week full of planetary transits. We have a lot going on. This is a jam-packed and transformative week full of planetary transits. The Sun is going into Libra, which can help us boost our confidence through one-on-one relationships and learning the art of harmony in our lives. We also have a new moon in Libra, which of course there will be a separate podcast for, but this new moon can help us adopt some of the positive qualities of Libra to bring balance to our relationships and financial situations. Mercury will retrograde back into Virgo, which will bring us back to August 20th to August 25th regarding Virgoan themes in our lives, which will cause us to take a second look about situations when it comes to the details regarding important documents or information or anything to do with that, overanalyzing, overthinking, perfectionism, and where we're neglecting ourselves to be of service to others. And just looking at the vibes on the graph, we have another interesting week in terms of edgy alignments, but we have more harmonious alignments this time around than we did the weeks prior. So there's an abundance of that and some alignments that definitely feel bitey in some sort of way. Romantic energy and emotional sensitivity are connecting with one another. They're intersecting each other on the graph. As a matter of fact, if you are watching this on YouTube, you can see exactly where they're intersecting each other from the 19th all the way up until about the 21st, and then on the 23rd to about the 25th, they are absolutely on the same angle. So vibe-wise, they're at the same potency on those days, which could make it a very conflicting sort of day. It can make it a day where things are feeling great one moment and flirty and passionate, and then things are feeling intense and intensely passionate or edgy in some sort of way. So we might feel more triggery than normal when it comes down to relationships, but there could be some sweet spots and some saving graces. From the 21st to about the 22nd, we have social energy, psychic energy, and intersecting that is solitude energy, and that's at its highest. So it can feel conflicting. This is a week where we may feel up and down in terms of social situations. We may feel like one minute we want to hang out with people, next minute we may want some time to ourselves, the next minute we could be feeling sensitive to energies, or we could be picking up on things and this is why we're needing some space, or we're picking up on someone and all of a sudden out of the blue they contact us because there's that psychic energy that's popping up, and sometimes you just have those little inclinings to either contact someone or get a hold of someone, or someone just gets a hold of you and it ends up working out perfectly. There's a little bit of mental energy this week, so it's another one of those weeks where we might feel mentally burnt out on certain things. And after that, from the 23rd all the way about to the 25th, we have more social energy intersecting that romantic energy and that emotional sensitivity. So again, there's a lot of social energy this week, and social energy a lot of the times is welcome. I mean, of course, obviously, if you're not feeling up to it, don't do it. But it's definitely nice to see this as opposed to what I've been looking at the last few weeks. So let's look at the next bunch of days and see what we can expect. As a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps this channel grow. And if you'd like to support the work of this channel, you could do so by buying me a fresh cup of coffee. There's a link in the description box below. On the 19th, Mercury's making a Sesquiquadrate with Uranus. So this is going to be part 2 to this Mercury-Uranus contact. Because Mercury's in retrograde, this is our second hit. We'll have another one that happens on October 13th. The first one occurred on August 29th. With this alignment, we could be coming back to situations where either we were overthinking something or we're readdressing erratic behavior or something that we said that might have came off out of sorts, out of pocket, off kilter, or just really bizarre, weird, and just off-putting to other people. With this alignment, a lot of the times things come out of shock value, meaning people say things out of shock value, people say things for a reaction. So this could be a situation where we're addressing something like that as well. With this alignment, the unexpected could have been blurted out and it's coming back up to be readdressed or hashed out in some sort of way. Also, this has a tendency to create shocking communication a lot of the time. Communication from people you don't expect, communication from people that you really don't want to hear from, or just something abrupt or something that just disrupted the day because of a contact or a particular situation that was very jarring in some sort of way. So this is a very uncomfortable energy. It can cause jitteriness, or it could cause us to think about things that happened around that point in time that creates a bit of anxiety and jitteriness. So do the best you can when this energy hits, because it can be a bit off-putting. At least on that same day, Venus is making a nice connection with Uranus. Venus and Uranus will be in a trine with one another, and one of the lovely things about this alignment is it brings in unexpected situations in love and finances in the best way possible. It's nice surprises. Uranus brings in a lot of shock and surprises, and sometimes shock shock and surprises can be a good thing. Sometimes it's something that we want. And so this could be a day where you're starting to see that. This could be a day where unexpectedly something good happens in terms of romance. This could be a day where you just get a nice surprise from your partner. Or this could be a day where you and your partner decide to do something more excitable. This could be a day where you guys go on an adventure or try a new place to hang out, try a new restaurant, try a new date spot. If things have been in a slump, this could be amazing for your romantic life. It could be amazing for passion. It could be amazing for intimacy and things like that. If you're single and been in a dating slump, this might be a day of unexpectedly communicating with someone or meeting someone that you have a really nice connection with. Socially, this could be a day of just doing fun and unexpected things with your friends and breaking out of what you guys normally do or just monotonous stuff within your social life. This is also the Venus alignment with Uranus where you can try new things in terms of your style. So if you're wanting a revamp of your style, you're wanting to do something new and fresh, this is going to be a perfect day for that. This is not the bad bangs Venus-Uranus alignment that sometimes we get, that square or the opposition. This is the one where you got to go ahead to do something bold, fashion-wise and beauty-wise. And if it's not that, this could be a day of just trying new foods, new cultural experiences, or heading out to like a live show or a concert or anything like that. And with job and money, this can be an unexpected thing in a good way. This could be in some ways an unexpected job offer or unexpected repayment, unexpected money. I'm not saying it could be a windfall, even though sometimes with Venus and Uranus together, that can happen. And hopefully all of these lovely unexpected things happens for you guys because this is lovely energy. This is what we need. Let's soak this up because by the time we get to the 20th, Venus is making a quincunx with Saturn. And this can bring up situations where we're dealing with relationships or career where we've either lost interest or we're realizing that something isn't available to us. And this could be vulnerability, this could be emotions, this could be financial with the job situation, or, even a promotion of sorts. So let's hope that Venus-Uranus situation completely mitigates that because the Venus-Uranus thing, completely opposite of this. This here, if you are being aspected by this could cause some realizations of a lack of passion when it comes down to a relationship or career. Just it seems as though something is being restricted from you, something is being held back from you, and you're coming to that realization that this isn't working for you any longer. And again, whether that's because this person is unavailable, if you're dealing with a relationship situation emotionally, this could be a time where you're breaking free because Venus is still connecting with Uranus around that time. So this could be a moment where you're having that sudden motivation to break out of a situation. If it's a job situation, you can finally feel motivated to start moving forward or start the process of looking for something that's going to be helpful and beneficial where you can get the promotion. So sometimes with these hard alignments, there's always a silver lining with these alignments, and that's great. And especially again with the assistance of the Venus-Uranus situation, that could be very helpful in this in terms of helping us break free from situations that are restrictive and that are limiting us from having what we need and what we want and what we would enjoy or the passion that we deserve in a relationship or the right type of job. And we're not done with Saturn on that day because on that same day, Jupiter is going to be in a semi-square with Saturn, so this could be about taking responsibility for careless behavior. Jupiter and Saturn in this alignment, a lot of the times when these guys come together in hard alignments, it can help us correct certain things. It could help us course correct if we've not done the right thing, or if we were careless, if we were reckless, if we were rushing into things. We could understand why it's unwise to be thoughtless. Look at the things that we neglected because we didn't want to be bothered with something or we were too concerned with having a good time. This could be a day where we're playing catch up with those things. And even though it may be uncomfortable, this could be a period of working through that and getting yourself back on track with something. So this could be a day of holding yourself accountable and holding others accountable. It could also be a day of dealing with people who have maturity issues as well or are really cocky. And so there may be a feeling of being at odds with people who have those types of personalities. So do the best you can when this energy hits. On the 22nd, the sun enters Libra. Happy birthday, Libras! It's your time to shine beautifully. And happy equinox. If you're in the northern hemisphere, this is the fall equinox for you. And if you're in the southern, this is your spring equinox. And no matter where you are on the globe, this is when we hit equal day, equal night. The cardinal signs mark the seasonal point. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn all open up new seasons. Libra happen to be on the equinox axis. Cancer and Capricorn happen to be on the solstice axes. So wherever you are in the world, that season will vary, but either way, the cardinal signs are these opening points. And Libra season brings us into the autumnal equinox in the northern hemisphere. Also, the sun going into Libra happens to go into a position in astrology called fall position. This is because Libra is the opposite of Aries, which happens to have exaltation in the sun. So when the sun comes to this point, it does go into a position where it may have more difficulties. It's not to say Libra season won't be rad. It's not to say that Libra season won't be great. And if you happen to be a Libra or you happen to know a Libra, it doesn't mean that your sun doesn't work. Of course it does. And Libras that I meet are pretty friggin' awesome. So fall position or detriment position is not a bad thing. It just means that the planet may run into some difficulties because with essential dignities in astrology, we have so many different combinations and variations that at some point in time, we're going to get a combination that may run into maybe a snag or two. The sun is about self-expression. The sun is about selfhood. The sun is about your own identity. The sun is about how you shine as an individual. And Libra is all about how we shine in partnerships. It's about being considerate and thinking of the other person. Libra has a lot to do with compromise and fairness and benefiting from one-on-one relationships. And with the sun, it's exalted in Aries, which happens to be Libra's opposite sign, which is about the self, which is about being solo, which is about breaking off from the collective and doing your own thing, which is why the sun in a transit situation can perform at full capacity. So when the sun is transiting through Libra, it is working around Libra's agenda. It's all about gaining fulfillment from our one-on-one relationships. Again, it's about being considerate. It's about thinking about the other person and rather than thinking about ourselves. During Libra times, we take responsibility and we take action to help the people around us. We're more willing to compromise in order to create some peace and harmony within our lives and within our one-on-one relationships because we're more interested in peace and we are more interested in relating with other people rather than being so focused on ourselves. When we come to the other side of the zodiac with these signs like Libra and the rest at this second half, i.e. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, we are dealing with the oppositional side. And a lot of that has to do with the other people. A lot of that has to do with our relationships to other people and looking at more than just ourselves. Although Virgo is the opening for that as well, because we do look at how we can be useful and how we can be useful to others and acts of service to others. So during this period, we could get an ego boost from being around other people, from being social. One of the many lovely things about Libra season is the social aspects of Libra season. Of course, Libra deals with our one-on-one close relationships, and a lot of the times we also think romantic relationships where Libra is part of that equation, but it is also our other relationships as well. Romance, of course, is a big one in Libra, and Libra occurs around cuffing season, which is always funny, and I like to mention it anytime I talk about Libra season because this is that time of year where people really do want to couple up. They want to couple up and get, into something with someone, a dating situation with someone right before we get into Scorpio season where we really need to take that seriously relationship-wise. So I've always found that hilarious and synchronistic in how that all works. So our minds could be going on romance. Our minds could be going on getting into a relationship if you're single, or really connecting with your partner if you're in a relationship. Having that meeting of the minds, because Libra is an air sign, and air signs have a lot to do with our mental connections as well. So within a relationship, obviously the romance and the emotions will be there and wanting to connect in that way, but there may be wanting more in terms of having a better social and mental connection with that person. On a social level, we could feel more open to do Libran things. So this could be about having lovely get-togethers and parties, doing cultural things because it's a Venus-ruled sign. So this could be about trying new restaurants. Art is definitely one of those things that it goes hand in hand with Libra because Libra is about balance and about aesthetics. So this could be a time for gallery hopping. This could be a time where you have an urge to go to the theater or, a live show venue or a big concert because with Venus, music and theater go hand in hand. So socially, this could be a time where you're going on those types of dates or you're going out with friends or just people that you're close with and really enjoying these kinds of events with one another. Also with Libra, our confidence can get boosted through beauty. Libra, again, being a Venus-ruled sign, this has a lot to do with beauty, beautifying ourselves, the way we adorn ourselves. So this could be a time where you're looking to make some changes in that area. You're looking to be more aesthetically pleasing for yourself or for someone else. So this could be a time where you're more focused on beauty-driven products or cosmetics or doing facials, any type of grooming with your hair and your nails, just making sure you're looking fashionable. Libra is another one of those signs that happens to be on point when it comes down to their style. So this could be a period where you're wanting to display that. I've noticed that a lot of Libras, even if they have a classical style about them still. But this could be a point of just going on shopping sprees and really getting into fashion. Libras know how to splurge. They know how to buy things. Say they know how to buy things, meaning they don't spare any expense. Sure, there are some Libras that are frugal because not everyone is like that within a sign. There's always another side to this. But with this transit, we could have the urge to shop a little bit more. And because Libra is about the other person, sure, we can buy stuff for ourselves, but this could also be a period of buying things for your loved ones, buying things for those you're close with. And with Libra energy, if you have this influence over you, then this is going to be a time where you'll buy some of the best gifts. That influence has a way of knowing what looks good and what people like. So of course, there is a lower expression to this energy, as there is anytime a sign change and any planet is transiting through a sign. And with this, a lot of the issues that could arise have to do with relationships. They have to do with our one-on-one relationships. They have a lot to do with fairness. Sometimes there could be a need to balance within relationships, but we just have to be aware that that balance is fair for other people. It could be balance or fairness for ourselves instead of other people that deserve the fairness within a relationship. We have to be aware of passive-aggressive behavior. A lot of the times within Libra energy, it's well-meaning to want to keep the peace just because you're not wanting to argue, you're not wanting to disrupt the flow, but a lot of the times not speaking up leads to resentment, and it builds up and builds up, and it could come out sideways during this time. So if you've been kind of holding back and not speaking up because something's bothering you, but you don't want to bother the state of things, then this could be a period where you're having to do so. You're having to speak up in order to keep things harmonized, so that way they don't become a problem later. We also want to be aware of losing ourselves in relationships. A lot of times, again, within the Libra energy, it's an identity thing, and this is where the sun happens to have one of its issues. It's in its fall position. Sometimes blending with someone, relating to someone, or being so deep in our connection, we could lose our identity within a relationship or be so caught up in the relationship we don't know exactly where they start and we end, which can happen in Libra energy because it happens to be one of those signs that really wants to relate and connect to its one-on-one relationship. So sometimes identity can be somewhat lost and melded within the relationship itself. Other than that, let's soak up Libra season for all the wonderful things it brings to our lives. And on that same day, the sun's going to make a conjunction with Mercury right before it leaves Libra. So we could have a moment of clarity on this day with this cazimi. When the sun and Mercury come together in this alignment, it's called the cazimi. When Mercury is in the heart of the sun, this could give us an aha moment. This could give us a ton of confidence about our intellectual abilities and what we know. This can almost feel like a power-up in some sort of way in terms of enhancing and boosting you when it comes to your confidence, when it comes down to your personality, the way you're expressing yourself, and just communication overall. So this is going to be very helpful on this day in terms of boosting all that Libra energy. And even though Mercury's in retrograde, this is one of those alignments that we definitely welcome because it gives us that extra pick-me-up we need. On the 23rd, Mercury's going to retrograde back into Virgo. So this is going to rewind us back to August 25th regarding Virgoan themes. Mercury left Virgo on August 25th and went into Libra. And so now what's going to happen is Mercury's going to go back 5 days through this next few weeks, because during a retrograde, Mercury is going slower than normal. But it is going to be a review from August 25th back to August 20th. So we will be reviewing Virgoan themes in our lives regarding this retrograde. So we could be going over the details. It could be perfectionistic issues. It could be internal dialogue. It could be where we're sacrificing too much to be of service of others. It could be issues where we've been overly analytical, re-examining situations with our routine that need a second look or another tweak. Or again, going over the details of contracts, things we signed, documents, things we signed up for, because I was saying this in one of the last videos. Sometimes it's not crazy stuff. Sometimes it's stuff you sign up for. Sometimes you sign up for a subscription, and again, you're just not the same person you were when you signed up for that subscription. So all of a sudden, you just don't want this makeup or this perfume or whatever it is that you might have signed up for. So it could be stuff like that that pops up during this period. So of course, I will be talking about this excessively as Mercury is shifting through Virgo themes. Any alignments that come up, we will definitely be addressing it with a fine-tooth comb. On the 25th, Venus is making an opposition with Neptune. Over the next 2 days, we have more Venus Uranus alignments. This one in particular is very uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable in the sense because it does cause us to look at unrealistic expectations we have when it comes to our love life. Again, Neptune is retrograde, so this could be a review or a realization of some reality hitting us that this may not be the right relationship for us, or this may be a situation where we've been overlooking things or given the benefit of the doubt about a situation, and we kind of had an inkling that something might have been wrong or something might have been off kilter with the situation, but we've just been, again, letting things roll off our back or sweeping things under the rug. So this could be kind of hard hitting in some ways once reality sets in. So we could be facing some truths when it comes to others, the shady side of others. This could also have to do with money situations where either we've been too frivolous or we've been careless or something was unclear and we're having to resolve that situation in itself. This really brings to light situations we've swept under the rug, relationship-wise and money-wise, so do the best you can when this energy hits. And on the 25th, Venus is making a trine with Pluto, which Venus and Pluto coming together in this harmonious alignment is so welcomed. Venus and Pluto alignments can be intense even in a harmonious alignment, but this here is welcome because what it does is it helps us take things more seriously when it comes down to our relationships. And after coming off that Neptune transit, we're having to look at things realistically, and Pluto has us covered when it comes down to looking at things realistically and for what they are. So this could be a time where you're looking at what you need to have financial stability, to have relationship stability, and the things and the steps that you have to take in order to get to that place. If you're single, this could be a period where you're meeting people that you connect with on a deep level. If you're in a romantic relationship already, you and your partner could be reaffirming your commitment with one another and taking things more seriously within your relationship. This revs up the passion and just makes things ultra romantic. And again, on a Plutonic sense, as long as you're on the same page, that's perfectly fine. And this is one of those energies where people are on the same wavelength with one another. So this is great for intimacy. This is great for passion. Career-wise, this could be one of those things where you're concentrating on ways to enhance your work, or having a better exchange at your job, or finally coming into a position where you have maybe more authority, more power, and things like that. Just overall transforming some of the situations in your life for the better, so that way you do have the security and stability that you're craving for yourself. Anyway, I hope you all have the best week ever. Later, and see you in the next episode.